morning, everybody. I'm your favorite sports analyst, Jemima McKill, with my favorite co-host,
James Jurowitz.
and this morning, y'all finna get served with J&J Sports episode 79, man. This is the big finale with our special guest, Nooney. Y'all already know, you feel me, from the last episode, who he is and, what he doing. His links will be in the description. But, man, y'all ready to get into it?
Ready.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it, man. So the first topic we got up, man, NFL football, man. So, Nooney, I already know, man, me and you going to have some conflict with this one. But the New Orleans Saints quarterback, man, Derek Carr, has recently suffered a oblique injury. This happened with him playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, and we lost that game this past Monday. Have y'all seen that game?
Yeah, I watched it. Everybody watched it.
Oh yeah, the whole world watched it, man. I mean, it's just crazy how everything just turned out, man. But just to get us started, man, how pathetic did Derek Carr play in this game? I'm gonna start with you.
With me?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with you.
He ain't played no pathetic than he's played all last year. I mean, y'all gotten what? The first two games, y'all got the Cleveland Browns and y'all got the Dallas Cowboys. And it was black and gold to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Typically. But then after that, 3 straight games he's played typical Derek Carr. I think the Falcons game, that wasn't even an offensive touchdown, and y'all lost by a field goal. So Kansas City, once again, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Derek Carr getting hurt might be one of the best things to happen right now for y'all franchise in the future. It's Spencer Rattler starting, correct?
Yeah.
It's Spencer.
Yeah, he's gonna be the best.
So that may be the best thing to happen for y'all franchise. And even though y'all paying Derek Carr, y'all still have a little bit more money left to pay him. Y'all definitely see what y'all future is with Spencer. So if Spencer comes in there and lights it up, I say Spencer comes in there and drops 24 points. And I'll be honest with you, with the Saints, with their defense, 18 points, 21 points could win y'all a game. Y'all don't need that many points to be scored with the defense that the Saints has, and they've showed it the past couple of weeks. So Spencer Rattler comes in there and lights it up. That's going to give y'all a preview of what y'all have in the future. And look, honestly, I think if that happens, you roll with Spencer. You roll with Spencer Rattler, man, and you take that dead money on the head, and you prepare for your future.
Man, he played like a rookie, man. I ain't gonna lie. This how I knew it was gonna be a bad game when he threw that interception in the first quarter. I already knew. The defense was coming at him. I'm like, okay. My thing is, bro, you had so many other options. It's like he doesn't have to panic, but he panics. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Before getting Derek Carr, what did you expect? Because I looked at it like I didn't see the reason for the Saints to go get Derek Carr and pay him the money that they paid him, because Derek Carr hasn't shown anything the past few years. He's shown the exact same Derek Carr that he is right now. He's been showing in Oakland for the past few years. Even with getting Devontae Adams, someone who he played with, someone he had camaraderie with, it was the same thing. So I don't know what was on the minds of the front office in New Orleans to think that we're gonna give Derek Carr $150 million and bring him here, and he's gonna make a difference.
Man, we had to be desperate at that time. I mean, because I would have anybody if Joe Burrow, whoever, like anybody else other than him, man. If we would have had him, like I think we would have been in a better situation. If we kind of look at the stats he had in this game, he only threw for 165 passing yards. He had 2 touchdowns. He almost had 2 interceptions. But he was rated 89.1. Now, James, I'm gonna start with you with this next one, man. Other than Carr, man, what else was a major factor in the Saints losing this game? Because I ain't gonna put it all on him. It was a couple other things. James, what you thought?
This has me kind of wondering if the Saints' strong start maybe kind of affected their play here down the way on the season. Because, it'd be really easy to say, well, it's the Chiefs, they've got all that talent and, the coaching and stuff. But it's definitely a little bit more than that. And maybe it was that strong start and putting so much into those first few games that possibly has affected them down the way. But there's still time to get it together, I think.
Definitely. And mind you, like I said, we had possession early on. We had the possession. So we had basically the game in our hands, in the beginning. So I felt like any team in that position, it's like you're going to take your time. You're going to get down the field, score, give the ball off. So it'll be a racing match. Even if they do score, it's a back and forth match. We kind of got the upper head. But when you do certain things like what he did, and like I said, our offensive line, they were just running through our offensive line, James. Like I don't understand. I don't know. Like it was crazy. And like I ain't gonna lie, the Chiefs defense, they was snapping. They was definitely doing their job. But we,
So
yeah, go ahead, man.
I'll say this in rebuttal to what James said. I don't think so. You were saying, maybe that's that strong start. I mean, James, you're a Cowboys fan. We've seen that the Cowboys aren't what they were last year, and I think that probably was the big. I think that probably was the big measuring stick when it came to the Saints. All right, they played the Panthers first, destroyed the Panthers. That was expected, right?
Yeah,
So now it's like, okay, we got the Cowboys. Now, we were measuring the Cowboys of last year, that Cowboys defense and everything else. Saints going there, drop 40 plus on the Cowboys. So now it's like, okay, this is serious.
yeah,
But as the weeks have gone by, we've seen that this Cowboys defense isn't the Cowboys defense of last year. So we're seeing that those first two games weren't really major factors because Panthers and a Cowboys team that's not only struggled that we thought maybe just because it was the rivalry. We know Dallas and New Orleans had that underlying rivalry for the past few years,
yeah,
for the past few decades, to where Saints are going to go in there and play as hard as they can, no matter what the record is, or vice versa. But we sat there and said, okay, they beat the Cowboys. Maybe it was the rivalry game. Then a few weeks passed, and we see that the Cowboys really not who we thought they were. So it's like the first two games, all right, we win. Now you have your rival and the Falcons, who once again is going to always play the Saints as hard as they can. That's a big rival game also.
yeah,
And you see that the Saints defense, that shows, all right, the first three games, the Saints defense is really legit.
yeah,
This defense is what we thought they were. And you lose a game to a team that you didn't even allow an offensive touchdown to. So now it's like, okay, you're starting to see that the offense is the problem, and you're starting to see that the head of the offense, Derek Carr, is the main reason. So I wouldn't say that they started too hot and that played a part. I just think that the teams that they played, we kind of put them on or I said the Cowboys. Really think the Cowboys games initially is the game that kind of put them on that pedestal.
yeah.
And we see that the Cowboys isn't the Cowboys that we thought they were. I'll say that.
Yeah, man. Honestly, if we kind of look at some of the plays, I already covered one, but the second one was Derek Carr. He threw that first quarter, almost second interception on a third down play. Now, I don't know if you've seen this play, James, but it was a 3rd and 13. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was going deep. Like I don't know who's running the offensive the plays, but they gotta go because they could have. Everybody was going deep. And y'all didn't have to. It wasn't a 3rd and 23. It was a 3rd and 13. Y'all could have easily, found a little first down, kept it moving. That's the thing is like they doing things that like they don't have to do, man. And then like I said, not did y'all see the Patrick Mahomes interception though? That would kind of gave me hope when big dude caught the interception, ran it back down. I'm like, okay, we still in here.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
this kind of makes me think about and ponder, are we going to see Taysom Hill take any snaps at quarterback? Because I know, isn't that what he came into the NFL as, was a quarterback, but they've kind of, I guess, transformed him into more of like a running back or like a wide receiver type.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then the last I would have to say is Dennis Allen. Now, Nooney, how do you feel about Dennis Allen? Because like I said, I think this is third year with us. And he hasn't been able to do quite anything. And it just seems like when I watch his post game interviews and he giving like kind of nonchalant, it seems like he don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. So Dennis Allen was a defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah,
Okay. We've been talking about the past few minutes about the Saints defense. The Saints defense is still intact. It's very good,
right,
right? So we know he played, even though he's the head coach, he still plays a part in that. He's a great defensive coordinator. As for a head coach, not really. All right. And I'm gonna say the same thing as I'm gonna say one more thing. The Saints, we know Saints have a very, very, very strong fan base. All right. So you gotta think about it. People we coming from where y'all are coming from, Drew Brees, and y'all are coming from Sean Payton, who was an
right,
offensive mastermind.
right.
All right. And you have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And then it's like you shift over to Derek Carr, and Saints fans expect that offense to be the exact way. And you know, James just said about Taysom Hill. You know, with we already know with Sean Payton, we would have seen Taysom Hill in so many different offensive packages to where you fullback, quarterback, running back, tight end, they're gonna put him everywhere. So I think Dennis Allen, when it comes to him, he's more of a old school head coach, you know, to where and I think Sean Payton was like more of that Deion Sanders, where we're gonna put players everywhere to win.
Right.
So I just think, you know, he's just a little old school at it. But as for a head coach, I don't think he's bad. I won't say, you know, like he's just horrible, like Saints
Yeah,
fans are saying, but I don't think he's that great, and I don't think he's that new age coach that the Saints need.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that, man. And then James, we're gonna end with you with this question. What needs to happen when Derek Carr recovers? Like I said, I feel like he's gonna get back on the field probably the next game or the game after that. What needs to happen with the offense and for the rest of the season?
I think that if he wants to continue a starter for the rest of this season and, probably the rest of his career, the rest of his season is going to depend on that. So he needs to get with his receivers. If, that's one of the issues. And he needs to talk to them, ask them what their favorite routes are, or how they want the ball, if he hasn't already done that. Because you want to see that chemistry between the quarterback and his receivers. And, you know, the tight end is going to play a role in this, and also the offensive line. So
Yeah.
he could definitely get it together. But if he wants to continue being a starter, because I don't see him going anywhere else after this and starting if he plays very poorly.
Oh no,
You
yeah,
don't,
that's yeah,
you don't think that's a little too late for that? I mean, you know, training camp should have been a time when, you know, he's doing that, figuring out the
yeah,
the certain routes that players like. I think it's just with Derek Carr, I think it's just all he's not capitalizing. You know, he's not throwing the ball, and he just maybe just past his prime. I mean, we'll keep real. Derek Carr before the leg injury, we thought Derek Carr would have been, you know, with Josh Allen, you know, he
yeah.
would have Patrick Mahomes. He would have been one of the top quarterbacks because he was balling before he broke his leg. He never recovered after breaking his leg, and it seems like it's just been every year has been he's dropping and dropping. You know, his overall, I guess you can say. So, I mean, like I said, for same for you, James. Same for me. You know, we're Cowboys and Packers fans.
Yeah.
Jamara, you better hope. I would feel like this. I hope Spencer Rattler goes and lights it up, and that'll be the the bright shining spot of y'all future to where you know y'all have that backup guy who's ready. He's
Yeah.
young, and y'all can have y'all franchise quarterback for the next 15 years, next 10 years, and y'all can just put the other pieces in
Man,
place.
man, I'm praying that he's the answer, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he looked like a backup Patrick Mahomes. That's what a
Yeah.
lot of people were saying. But no,
Well,
I
you know,
really hope that is the answer, man, because that might just be good for us. Like Derek Carr maybe sit out, kind of figure things out, and this man kind of we seen that in certain teams, that backup come in and and really set up. Think about the Steelers, man. Fields, man, he been snapping lately, and a lot of people were waiting for Wilson, but I don't think how he's playing. I don't think they even worry about Wilson, man. Honestly, if he, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying about y'all. If Spencer Rattler comes in, let's say y'all have an offensive explosion,
Right.
drop 30 points for Spencer. Spencer has a good game. Why would you put Derek Carr back in?
Yeah.
Only reason I see you put Derek Carr back in because we spent this money on him, so we got to roll with it.
Right,
so that ain't, but I don't know if y'all remember, bro. Spencer Rattler was the number one player in the country coming out of high school.
Yeah.
I think he just went to the wrong school initially. We've seen it. We've seen it with Justin Fields where people go to the wrong teams and they don't prosper like they should. But Spencer Rattler, he has it in him. So
we
only
gonna
time will
see.
tell.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna see with this next one. But we'll keep you guys updated on the Saints, Derek Carr, and this new backup quarterback, man. Can he save my team? We gonna see for sure. Before we get to
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.